Hey, check this out. I ran 26.2 miles to wear this shirt. I did that at New York City Marathon, and those guys gave me this. There, that's my medal. And yes, I'm gonna wear this the whole time during this shoe review. Alright, when I first started doing shoe reviews very early on, one of the first shoes I reviewed is New Balance's More V4, and then this one grew up into the More V5. I know. Look, there's the Elite V4, okay? I know, that's the race day shoe. I know, if you're trying to get fast, trying to get a respectable time, that's the shoe, right? But I had just done Berlin Marathon in Adidas's race day shoe. After that, I went over to Oxford, where I set my PR in half marathon using Hoka's race day shoe. After that, went to Amsterdam. I ran the Amsterdam half marathon in Mizuno's race day shoe, okay? When I got to New York, this run wasn't gonna be a push-it run. This run was gonna be, I'm gonna experience New York. I've heard so much about the crowd, and I'm gonna run the way I run. And appropriately, New Balance has this campaign called Run Your Way. I was gonna do this my way. Now, if you've been watching my channel, Max Cushion shoes are my best friend. This, I know, at that time was gonna fry my legs. That is the simple decision, therefore, we're going with this one. My name is Aubrey, I'm a marathoner twice, and I'm good with being me. At the time of filming this, you've given me 17,641 subscribers. Honestly, it's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. If you come across this, consider subscribing. I've got a goal to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. I don't know how it's gonna go, but let's see. Disclosures. I went to New York to do the marathon with the support of New Balance. Am I gonna be biased? Heck no, I'm not. I'm gonna say what I think because this is what this channel is founded on. However, if you're inclined to think this guy's about to be biased, man, they've taken him all the way to New York, I don't know if we can believe him. Fair enough, fair enough. For those of you that have been around, you know that I will say my honest opinions. Let's get going. 3 things that you need to know. The one thing I love about this shoe is the price. 140 pounds where I live. That is immense. All right, in terms of the stack height, also love this. I'm a sucker for Max Cushion shoes. 43 at the back and 39 at the front. That front bit is what I want to talk about because a lot of shoes, they're biased at having all this cushioning at the back. Like, what good is it over there if I land here? So 39 being a 4 mil drop. In terms of the weight, 332 grams in a 9.5 UK. The earlier version was 342, so they've trimmed it down a little bit, and I like that. Normally, I review my running shoes starting from the top, working our way down, and just using normal English. I don't like speaking techie stuff, I just want to give you my experience. But I'm gonna go backwards on that today. I'm gonna start with the outsole, which I never do, because that's the biggest issue I have found with this shoe. Now, this is my More V4. Serious miles were put on this when I first got it, and that outsole still holds up. However, I've only done one run, albeit a whole marathon, since I'm a marathoner now. If you look at that, if you look just here, you're gonna see that is serious wear. That part is where I land, and similar to the other side there too. I wanna flag that because that raises that durability question. Now, I wanna comfort you because it's quite a thick rubber that holds that. But the first thing that I saw, it's very, very grippy. That didn't let me down, but I was very saddened to see that that is wearing out after that marathon run. That's the one thing I'd like to call out. With that said, let's go back to it because everything else is exactly how I want it. In terms of the heel, I love the cushioning. I love the comfort that this gave me over that marathon distance. Now, this is not a fast shoe. The brief here is comfort, saving your legs, not only for the run, but how you're gonna feel the days to come after that. Now that part is key. I'll touch on that in a little bit. In terms of the heel, the counter, that gives you structure. There is no heel slip happening here. And I always like to point out at the fact that I didn't need to do that runner's loop because the security is there. It's well padded. Your foot is held in there very securely. I didn't have any issues throughout that 42.2K. Now, in terms of the laces, same. There is nothing special to talk about. All I can tell you is these laces work. They're your normal standard kind of laces, nothing special. And as always, eyelets are simple holes and those have been fortified. Nothing special here. And in terms of the tongue, it's exactly how you want it in a daily trainer. It's very plush. They've perforated it to help with that breathability, but that plushiness won't get rid of all the hot air. It can't. Because it needs to have that plushiness. It's a daily trainer. It doesn't necessarily require a very thin and slim engineered mesh. It's a daily trainer. For me, the tongue is perfect for that. It's exactly how it should be. The second thing is the gussetedness. This thing is gusseted, both sides fully attached, giving it that fixed position. That plushness as well gives you good padding when you're tying your laces. I've got no complaints whatsoever about this tongue, and similarly with the upper. And whilst this material might give you vibes of a knitted sweater that your grandma gave you at Christmas, trust me, it actually isn't. It's actually deceivingly thin. Despite it looking like it's super thick, the heavy perforations give you that breathability. And I want to tell you, I struggled really bad at this marathon, but none of that struggle could be apportioned to this shoe. In terms of the breathability, how this upper performed, it gave me a really good hold. It's very, very true to size. I wear a 9.5 UK. Don't change that sizing. You will be pleased to know though, New Balance does offer different widths fit of these shoes. So if you require a wide fitting one, this will give you that. But to me, I stuck with the standard fit in a 9.5 UK and it worked really well. The star of the show though is all of this. Now, pushing that. I'm telling you now, I loved what this shoe did for me for that marathon. Not only for the marathon, the fact that I ran the marathon on a Sunday, on a Thursday I'm running 10K and I feel great. That wasn't the case when I did Berlin. Granted, that was my first marathon and therefore my legs felt like they're fighting a world war. I also want to credit this shoe for saving my legs for that long run. Now this is where the battle comes in. When you do these runs, you have to say what you're prioritizing. Pace? If it is, this is not the shoe for you. You're gonna do yourself a disservice if you run in a shoe like this for a race where you're seeking time. But for the race that I did, I wanted to finish, I wanted to enjoy it, and I wanted to just be there. And also, selfishly, I wanted to do it in a shoe I haven't reviewed before. So within the New Balance line, this is the shoe I've been excited for simply because of the affinity I have for the More V4. I wanted to try out the More V5, and what better opportunity to do it in than the marathon. But please emphasize on this. If you're looking for a specific time in terms of pace, this is not going to be that shoe. However, if you're going a long way and you want to be comfortable doing it, absolutely, this is the one. With that said, this will definitely be when I do my wrap up of Max Cushion shoes in the year. This will definitely feature. I must say I will be biased because it saw me through New York Marathon and it gave me this. Bang. All right, guys, thank you for checking this out.